to the channel, and as you may already have realised by my voice, I am a little bit flued up, so you just have to bear with my voice today. But we are doing Dynamax Max Monday on Pokemon Go today, and we're also going to try and catch up on some of these wild spawns. There is no event happening at this moment in time, so it is just the seasonal wild spawns. So let's get a lucky egg on as we start to do some of these Dynamax battles in just a second. In fact, we'll just wait for a lucky egg, and I know we've got 2 Dynamax Beldums here, so yeah, we'll do some early ones with a lucky egg on, and we'll try and catch some spawns as well. But do get involved in the comments down below. We've got quite a few Dynamax Beldums that we can do tonight. I think 7 in total for the 3 max particles. But yeah, do get involved in the comments down below. Super looking forward to Dynamax Beldum because Metagross is very, very cool. Hey Jonathan, how are you? Hey NASCAR. Nice to see some familiar names in the comments. Thanks so much for joining. Hopefully you're doing okay. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Jonathan. Other than this cold that I've got. It's that time of year where we all start getting the flu. Luckily not man flu. I'm not quite that bad. But yeah, a little bit flued up as you can tell by the voice. So I do apologise in advance if I do start coughing every now and again. But hopefully it'll pass in a couple of days. Yeah, I'm not doing well, not doing too bad. NASCAR, thank you very much. So of course, lucky egg means 2 times XP, and of course, the XP celebration bonus is still ongoing. We've got quite a couple of more days of that event still to go. That is the event that they released prior to the level 80 coming out on Pokemon Go. That's going to be coming on October the 15th. So not too many weeks to go now, about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Wednesday, is it? Something like that. So yeah, not long to go at all until level 80 is actually a thing on Pokemon Go. Super excited to see what happens with the level increases. Understandable, hope everything better soon. Yeah, thank you very much. Blissey, annoying wild spawn. Nice to do an excellent throw on. Not very nice to stay in, but still, it did eventually stay in there for us. So our first Dynamax Beldum of the evening. Like I say, we're going to do 2 early ones prior to the 6 PM Max Monday event starting, and then we will do some during that hour, around about 5 during that hour. So first Dynamax Beldum. So the best counter for Dynamax Beldum is Gigantamax Gengar. So we are using this Best Buddy 98 Shiny Gigantamax Gengar. We obtained it through a lucky trade. And Beldum is a tier 3 Dynamax, so it does cost 400 max particles to take this on. But like I say, we should be able to do around about 7 today with the 3 particles that we've saved up from yesterday and today's that we get to claim as well. So we'll just collect all the little additional bubbles just to fill up that max meter a little bit quicker. So it does take a little bit just to take down Beldum. Bit of a boresome to try and take down. But still, we get to the Gigantamax stage. And that is such a cool shiny. I can never get bored with shiny Gigantamax Gengar. It looks really, really cool. It's a shame the normal shiny doesn't look white like that. But when it Megas or Gigantamax, it just looks so cool. But again, huge chunks of damage. We probably will have to Dynamax once more. Or Gigantamax once more, should I say. But we'll have to wait and see because these max moves are actually doing some decent damage as well. So let's see how we get on with these. So we're halfway through a max meter already. Try and collect that bubble there. So yeah, we will Gigantamax once more. Just try and dodge that one before it comes in. So I believe a hundo for Beldum is around 558 CP, something along those lines. So hopefully we get something in the 550s. That'll be a decent Beldum. I would have liked going out for Beldum, but can't much solo without good encounters. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So you do need good counters, and obviously Gigantamax Gengar is the best counter for this. Obviously, the likes of Excadrill as well is also a really good counter for the likes of Beldum, because of course ground is weak. Ground is super effective against steel. 558 is a hundo. Jonathan's just confirmed it. Thank you very much for that. And we have 540, so not too bad, to be honest, to start the hour on. 540 and an excellent throw. Callum Enzi, hi Manchester United. Yeah, Man United, my team as well. Thanks so much for joining, Callum. So yeah, 540 is a 13, 14, 12. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. And as you can see there, the Metagross Mega Energy is already loaded on the game. That's going to cost around about 300 Mega Energy, the same as about Lucario does. So that gets obviously released later this week. So Mega Metagross is going to be super cool introduction into the game. So can't wait for that. But yeah, let's head across to the next Dynamax Beldum, the early one. We've got a couple of these XP Celebration Time research to collect. Lucy Logan is in the chat. Thanks so much for joining, Lucy. How are you doing today? So yeah, we'll also see if we've got Lucy Logan is good. That's very good, Logan. So do let me know in the comments below if you've done any of the Dynamax Beldums today, or if you've done some Dynamax Beldums before in the past. What is your best one? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh my god, I saw Pikachu! Pikachu! It's weird seeing a Pikachu without a costume. I can never get used to it. It only ever normally is in the wild if it's got a costume for an event. It's only ever normally the time that you see it. Let Leo. So like I say, this is the second one of the evening already. But that is because we are doing a couple of early ones. So of course the Max Monday event doesn't start exactly until 6 PM, so in 4 minutes time. And these two early ones that we've done, these will spawn more Dynamax Beldums at 6 PM, so we'll be able to do these ones again, which is always good around where I live, because it always does seem a little bit few and far between with the max particle or max power spot, should I say. So it's good that we can save ourselves a little bit of time and get to some early ones. So this time we've gone in with Excadrill. So again, another really good counter. And I believe this is a hundo Dynamax Excadrill. I've got two of those. One was for a random trade, which went lucky, and to a hundo. Super happy about that. And then another one was from a Dynamax battle. So both of them are maxed out to level 50. The Excadrill, a bit similar to Metagross really, in the fact that it doesn't Gigantamax. Doesn't have a Gigantamax form, Excadrill doesn't. Neither does Metagross, but both of them are super useful and will remain super useful in future Dynamax and Gigantamax battles. So definitely worth investing in any good Dynamax Drawbridge that you've got and evolving them into Excadrill. And likewise with Beldum, if you get any good ones from tonight, from a Max Monday, it's definitely worth investing in those and getting some decent Metagross for your Dynamax and Gigantamax teams for the future. So loads of damage with Max Quake. But again, we'll probably have to Dynamax once more. So 2 Dynamaxes on the solo does it pretty comfortably, whether you're using Gengar or Excadrill. And of course, just keep collecting those bubbles. Try and dodge that. We've missed out on the dodger. A little bit annoying, but still not very effective. So just keep powering away with those Scorching Sands. Normally I don't like using the charge attack because the charge attack is just a long animation and it only adds the same amount to the charge meter or the max meter as a fast attack would. But just because of how much damage it's doing, we are using that a little bit more tonight. So just spamming away that charge attack, whether it be Excadrill or Gengar that we're using. And we might actually be able to get away without Dynamaxing on this occasion. It's going to be close. And I think just missed out. There we go, yeah. Just starting to Dynamax. So yeah, perhaps if we didn't collect the bubbles, perhaps we wouldn't have to Dynamax for a second occasion. We might try that next time. Collect the bubbles on the first iteration, Dynamax, and then don't collect the bubbles from there on forward. Might try that on the next one. But yeah, let's see if we can get any decent Dynamax Beldum on this second max battle. Jonathan said the Hundo was 558. So no shiny and 542. So heading in the right direction. 540 for the first one, 542 for the second. Another excellent throw. And it broke out. Of course it did. Every time we hit an excellent throw. Terrible throw. It will stay in now. It will stay and it will catch. Because it knows we've got a lucky egg on. Oh no, it's broken out. It's giving us another go. Let's try for that excellent throw. There we go. Come on, Beldum. Be nice. Stay in. There we go. Parnab. Excellent throw. Stayed in. Just what we wanted for the XP. And loads of lucky egg and loads of eggs hatching as well. 4 10-kilometer eggs hatching. Marmwile on the first one. Second one is Tinkertonk. Quite nice. Or Tinkertink, should I say. And then we have Toxel and Dreepy. Now, I don't mind those if you've got good stats. Let's have a quick look. So 405 Toxel. Not too bad. 89 IV. 15, 13, 12. Marmwile is pretty much a flaw. 10, 10, 11. Terrible Marmwile. Dreepy, not very good either, really. Only just a 3-star. And Tinkertink, again, not brilliant. 12, 13, 11. Yeah, again, not brilliant. So the luck on eggs is pretty few and far between on my account, to be fair. But we are going to try and hatch a couple more if we can. Got a couple more there. And we have got a 10k. Let's see if we've got an incubator for that. We have. So, the first official max battle of the Max Monday. The third one, of course, of the evening so far on the live stream. So let's jump in onto this third Dynamax Beldum and see if we can get any better than the 542 and 540 we've had so far. So of course, if you haven't tuned into the channel before, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also like the video. It's super easy to do. If you're watching on mobile, you can just double tap the screen and also share it amongst your friends as well. Share it on your socials. Let's try and get more people on the channel and involved in the comments. That'll be awesome if we can. So please do share it about. So Beldum's got Iron Head on this occasion. So again, won't be super effective against the Excadrill. Of course, Excadrill is a steel type itself. So we'll still dodge a moat, of course, just to make his last a little bit longer. So like I say, collecting the bubbles on the first time round from Dynamaxing, and then we won't collect the bubbles on the second time, and we'll see if we can defeat it with only Dynamaxing once. That'll be quite cool if we can. So into the yellow with that second Dynamax attack. So quite comfortable into the yellow now. And as we say, we'll just keep spamming this charge move, this Scorching Sands, and hopefully we won't have to Dynamax again. Sudden is in the chat. Thanks very much for joining, Sudden. Hopefully I've pronounced your name right there. But thanks very much for getting involved in the comments as well. So yeah, I won't collect the bubbles on this occasion, just to see if we can defeat this without Dynamaxing. Looks like that's going to be the way we do it, in fact. It's amazing how much those bubbles actually add to the max meter when you start looking. It was around this stage where we were Dynamaxing last time, whereas we're only halfway through at the moment. So yeah, collect the bubbles, then Dynamax, and then don't collect the bubbles on the second time of asking. And it just helps us having to run through that Dynamax animation perhaps a little bit quicker to do the battle that way. Like I say, I do apologise if I'm coughing a little bit on the stream tonight, because we are a little bit flued up. But still, we'll try and do what we can for the stream. 526 Beldum, not very good. 540, 542 were the first two that we did tonight. 526 is going to be terrible, probably 2-star in fact. Let's catch it, appraise it, and find out. It is a 2-star, 11, 12, 12. Not very good at all. We have got a wild Inteleon though, that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can catch that first ball. We can't. Let's try again. Golden Raz. Missed the excellent that time, and it stayed in. Of course he did. Of course he did. So another Beldum. Let's get straight into it. This time we'll go in with Gengar again. So like I say, we should be able to do around about 7 in total tonight. We had around about 1,790 particles left from yesterday in our storage. And then of course we can earn around about just over 1,000, 1,060 if we claim them correctly. So we should be able to do around about 7 tonight. This will be our 4th one already. And then we will do our 5th one, and it's a little bit of a walk to the next one. So we'll chuck our daily adventure incense on during that walk and see if we can get any glaring birds as well during the live stream. We've been really lucky with glaring birds. In fact, recently we've had quite a few encounters with glaring birds. None of them have been shiny, and none of them have stayed in the ball, in fact, but just seeing them quite often is a nice sight. I'm hoping that means that we'll get the shiny, or get another shiny very soon. In fact, we have had one shiny already. We had the shiny glaring Articuno a couple of months ago now. But other than that, I've had a shiny glaring Zapdos and a second Articuno traded to me via a lucky trade. But we've never managed to get any ourselves other than that one Articuno. So hoping we can try and get a Moltres for the set, and then maybe another Zapdos, just to say that we've caught them all ourselves instead of relying on trades. That'll be nice. So it looks like Beldum's actually going to defeat Gengar on this occasion. Don't think we've really been dodging its moves though, in fairness, while I've been chatting away. Looks like on this occasion we will have to Dynamax for a second time, just to finish Beldum off. There we go. So like I say, 558 is the Hundo Beldum. I don't think I've got an overly brilliant Metagross so far. So it would be nice to get in the 550s and have a decent Metagross to build up, ready for future Dynamax and Gigantamax battles. It is a super useful one to have, whether it be a tank on some occasions or whether it be an attacker. It is very, very useful. Unfortunately, that CP isn't one we can build up. 538, not brilliant, sort of middle of a road CP, may just be a 3-star, or maybe a sort of top tier 2-star. Let's have a quick appraisal. And yeah, because it's got 15 attack, the rest of the stats are the floor at 10. So 15, 10, 10. Not fantastic, but there is another Dynamax battle here. And then we've also got a Mega Kangaskhan. So we could try a Mega Kangaskhan solo if anybody wants to see that on the channel. Join us live. We might give that a go. Let's just use a bit of Roar of Time just to get a bit more out of this lucky egg. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you do want to see a attempt at this Mega Kangaskhan raid. It's got 37 minutes on it, so we've got plenty of time to attempt that. Let's just catch the spore around here first before jumping into the Beldum. Storage is full. That is never a good sign. Let's delete those. So right, we'll jump into this Beldum now. I'm ready straight up, and he'll go in with Excadrill this time. Another Hundo Excadrill, like I said, we got 2 of those, so this is our second one. The lucky Hundo. So I'll do the same tactic as last time. Scorching Sands all the way. Just keep spamming that charge move as much as we can. Collecting the bubbles on the first occasion, just to get to that max meter being completely full a bit quicker. And then on the second time, after we've Dynamaxed the first time, we won't bother collecting those bubbles, and hopefully we can just finish Beldum off by spamming those Scorching Sands. If you defeat it with a Hundo, it will be a Hundo, Jonathan says. Perfect logic. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. I'm going to stand by that. I mean, if this is a Hundo after you've called it, that would be incredible. But could you imagine? Could you imagine if it was a Shundo? That would be super cool. But yeah, I think I've only ever had one Dynamax Shiny on full odds, I believe. Obviously, we had the boosted event where we had the Shinies boosted during the Go Fest week, or the lead up to the Max Finale week, should I say. But other than that, I think I've only ever had Ghastly at full odds at 1 in 512 from a Dynamax battle. And then, of course, the legendaries and stuff like that. But in terms of Pokemon that are 1 in 512 odds, on Dynamax. I've only ever had Ghastly as a shiny, which is not a bad one to get. Of course, my favourite Pokemon of them all. So I'm very happy with a Dynamax shiny Ghastly. But still, it's about time we get another one, I think. So again, just spamming those Scorching Sands now. Hopefully avoid having to Dynamax for a second time. And in all honesty, Excadrill is perhaps a little bit better to use against Beldum than Gengar, just because it probably tanks a lot of Beldum's moves, with it being a Steel type Beldum, Steel and Psychic. Excadrill probably tanks those moves a little bit better than Gengar. Gengar is a little bit fragile. But there we go. Defeated without having to Dynamax for a second time. So let's see if we can get any sort of decent CP from this one. This will be our 5th battle. So let's see if we've got any luck on this occasion. 544. So again, heading in the right direction. The best one of the evening. But still not quite the 550 CP or 558 of the Hundo. But mainly aiming for anything over 550. That might be something we could actually invest in. Of course, I would love a Hundo, but trying to set a bit more achievable goals with 550 and above, I think. But only 2 more battles now to go during this Max Monday evening. And this Beldum does not want to stay in. Let's see if we can try again. So like I mentioned, there is a Mega Kangaskhan raid here. And we might actually try and solo that while we're live. Let's just catch the spawns around here. Now all of these Dynamax Beldum that we've recently caught this evening, we will appraise them all at the end and find out what the best one is that we've had at the end of the video. And also how they compare with the ones we've already got in our storage as well. To see if we've actually managed to get anything better tonight. Licky Tongue, nice excellent throw, but whether it stays in, it did. Snivy, missed out on the excellent throw there. Manage Pokemon, let's clear all these out. Keeping just the extra large and extra small ones. Right, so Mega Kangaskhan. Let's see if we can solo this. Now I'm fully expecting Mega Kangaskhan, obviously it's the normal type, so it's going to be weak to fighting, hence it's recommended this team down below. So we're going to go ahead and Mega Evolve a Shiny Lucario and run with that first, and then we have got a Terrakion, followed by a Hundo Galarian Zapdos. Then we've got a couple of Shadow Machamps in position 4 and 6, and then we also have our Keldeo. So a decent fighting team there. Hopefully that is enough to solo this Mega Kangaskhan. Now with it being an normal type, obviously weak to fighting, and Mega Lucario having such a high attack stat, I'm hoping we can do this quite easily, but let's see. All depends, I suppose, on what move Mega Kangaskhan has got. It has got Power Up Punch, which is going to do quite a lot of damage to our Lucario. Even though it's fighting, it is weak to fighting as well. Still getting a bit of damage away. into Terrakion now. I wonder whether Terrakion's rock typing will just give it a little bit more bulk against that power-up punch. Perhaps a little bit, but still about the same amount of damage as what it did to a Mega Lucario there. Now into Galarian Zapdos. Not the best fighting type, but we're just going to recommend it and see what it does. It definitely handles that power-up punch a lot better. That flying typing definitely helping it in that scenario. And I'm hoping that the Galarian birds will at some stage get their signature moves, because I think Galarian Zapdos will benefit the most from that out of all three. It does get a better fighting move as its signature move, so I'm hoping that that does happen at some point in time. Another close combat. Power-up punch coming in from Mega Kangaskhan. And again, another close combat. So 190 seconds on the clock. Of course, 300 seconds at a timer, so the halfway point is 150. So we're 30 seconds away from that now. And we've got a couple of Shadow Machamps to come in after this Zapdos. There we go, the first of the Shadow Machamps. Walk straight out to a power-up punch, which isn't ideal. And if we do struggle on this, we can always re-lobby and try and invite some people as well. I think it is just a moveset that we've come up against with this Mega Kangaskhan, proving a little bit more difficult than normally. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do this. 130 seconds on the clock and we haven't even gone into yellow yet. Just about yellow now. Keldeo, can this claw some of the damage back with a Sacred Sword that it's got? "105 seconds remaining. I'd be very surprised if we can claw this back from here. Perhaps a bit of time wasted with the less effective Pokemon, the likes of that Galarian Zapdos. Even though it lasted a long while, it perhaps wasn't doing as much damage as the likes of Mega Lucario. And then we're into our second Shadow Machamp. So yeah, I can't see us doing this one. We will just stick with it for the time being, just to see how close we actually do get. It may just be a case of going in with Mega Lucario and just keep dodging. That might be the scenario around this. Our second Hundo Galarian Bird is going to come into the battlefield now. That's right, we have got actually two of these. Been very lucky with Galarian Zapdos. But no, we've only just got into a red, so we are going to leave this. Unfortunately, not being able to solo at that occasion. But let's re-lobby. Let's revive and re-lobby and see if we can get anybody in on the invites. So, of course, if you are watching and you're already on the friends list, then just jump in through the friends list, feel free. But let's see if we can get somebody in on the invites as well. So let's change that for Lucario. Of course, the Mega Lucario. But we may just go with this team and see if we can just keep reviving and dodging if we can't get anybody in. I think Megalucario is definitely going to do the most damage. It's just whether we've got enough on our own to defeat it. So 40 seconds left on the lobby. We'll just stick around to see if anybody does want to jump in. And then we'll try again on a solo, just using Megalucario. We will have to keep reviving it, of course. But we'll try again. Rocket Rogue is in. Very cool for Rocket Rogue to join us. Level 41, but still we'll get the additional damage that Rocket Rogue will be able to do. And also we'll get that friendship bonus as well, that friendship damage bonus as well. So this should be quite easy to do now with that friendship bonus. But we will still go in with Megalucario and we'll just keep reviving nonetheless. And we'll dodge whatever we can in terms of power-up punch. Try and dodge as many of those as we can. So I don't know whether Rocket Rogue actually came into the battlefield then or not. Doesn't seem like he did. Still only showing one person is in. And that is, of course, ourselves. So again, max revive. Quickly go back to the Lucario. I think he walked out to a power-up punch there, which was a little bit annoying. Instantly had a third of our health missing. It's okay if we can dodge him, but sometimes that power-up punch just comes in a little bit too quick, which means we can't dodge it. Try another dodge. And keep on tapping. Getting as many of those aura spheres away. So again, that power-up punch just getting through there before we can actually dodge. So revive, jump straight back in. So dodge that first power-up punch. Second one dodged as well. Third one just getting hit by that one on that occasion. Fourth one again getting hit when we didn't want to. Walking out to a power-up punch is never going to be helpful in this scenario. Just do with Mega Kangaskhan not throwing a couple of power-up punches for a bit now, just to claw back some damage. Again, it doesn't look likely, this doesn't. Annoyingly, unfortunately, Rocket Rogue leaving the lobby has just done us a little bit here. Frustratingly, this is. Very, very frustrating. We'll leave, we'll try again, and we'll try and invite somebody who will actually stay in the lobby this time. I am determined to do this. Let's see if we can get somebody in. So let's invite. And see who joins. I'm just hoping that we get at least one other person in. I think with one person in with that friendship bonus, it'll be an easy duo. I think we've just come against the wrong moveset, really. Yeah, Pokeraid is really good to host raids as well. I don't know how many people are wanted Mega Kangaskhan raids though, that's the only thing. Let's see if we can get anybody else in from the friends list. So 35 seconds. We'll just check Pokeraid. Let's just check Pokeraid to see if Pokeraid or Pokegenie has any lobbies for Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan, 72 lobbies are open. So yeah, people aren't really joining Kangaskhan by the looks of it. So again, let's just retry. Spam some invites out to other people. So we will do this. And we'll get to these other Dynamax Beldums as well straight after. Just need one person to join. That's all we need. There we go, we've got Samro in. Let's invite a couple more, just in case. I'm a new player and need some legendaries. I'm more than happy to invite you to some legendary raids tomorrow. On Wednesday, during raid hour, if you would like that. If you've got any remote raids, I'm more than happy to invite you to Dialga Origin Form on Wednesday. So yeah, I'll put my trainer code up on the screen as well in just a moment after this raid. And anybody who wishes to add me, they can add me straight after this. Now I'm hoping Samo 80 stays in the raid lobby. I'm hoping we do. It's looking good. It's looking good. There we go. We got 2 people in. Should be pretty easy on this one now. Thanks so much for Sam for joining. But again, that power up punch still doing huge amounts of damage. That friendship bonus will definitely help here. And of course, the damage that Sam will bring as well. So we'll just go straight in with that recommended team, just so we aren't reviving all the time. Now we've got 2 people in. Caldio first out. Sacred Sword on Caldio. And as we're doing this raid, we'll start heading down to our next Dynamax Beldum, because like I say, there is a little bit of a walk to go down to it. But we'll start heading down to it now. So second in is Shadow Machamp. And I'm hoping with all this effort, we end up getting a shiny or a decent Kangaskhan. That'll be pretty cool. Terrakion out now with Sacred Sword yet again. Obviously, Sacred Sword is Terrakion's legacy move. It is a move that all three of those legendaries get. Terrakion, Cobalion, and Virizion. They all do get Sacred Sword. But Terrakion makes the most of it. It is definitely the best out of the three. And then we are into another Lucario, a Hundo level 50 Lucario. As you can see by the CP. And then hopefully finishing off with this Shadow Machamp. We should see this out now. So there we go. A lot easier. And finally we did that raid. So Mega Kangaskhan done, completed. Let's see if we get anything good. Again, beaten by a Hundo will be a Hundo. Hopefully that is the solution. No shiny. 1803. Not too sure on what the Hundo weather boosted is. I know the non-weather boosted Hundo is 1477 or 1474, something like that. Let's see if this is the Hundo CP for weather boosted. 1803. No, not quite. I like the logic, but not quite. 12, 14, 12. So, could have been a little bit better, but still, we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. Right, so let's use a little bit more of Roar of Time, just to extend these lucky eggs a little bit more, as we head down to a couple of Dynamax Beldum, some more Dynamax Beldum, because that is what we're doing tonight, even though we have spent the last 15 minutes or so trying to do that Mega Kangaskhan raid. We will head down to a couple more Beldum now. So yeah, we'll put our daily adventure incense on as well. We've got 30 minutes of that. If we use all of that or not, we'll have to wait and see. The alien said hi. Hi, the alien. Hopefully you're okay. Thanks so much for joining. Yamask. Seems a little bit early for Yamask to be spawning in the wild, but still, maybe it's a seasonal spawn. Tiny Spritzy. Now we've got 269 out of 300 Pokemon caught. This is for the collection challenge. Sorry, the XP celebration challenge, should I say? Not the collection challenge. That starts tomorrow when the Steel Skyline event starts. We have a global collection challenge during the Steel Skyline. So I'm guessing that will unlock certain additional bonuses during that Steel Skyline event, that which starts tomorrow. And if you haven't already, make sure to go check out my most recent YouTube short video where we give a bit of a rundown on what is happening this week on Pokemon Go. Make sure to go check that out. And also let me know if you like the This Week on Pokemon Go video feature, whether you like it in the form of a short video or a long video. Make sure to let me know in the comments on that short video which you'd prefer. Are gyms the only way for free coins? Yes, they are. So the only way to get free coins on Pokemon Go is by putting your Pokemon on a gym of the same color as you. Now there can only be 6 Pokemon on a gym. So if all 6 spaces are taken up by other people on that gym, then you'll just have to try and find another gym. Or of course, if it's a different colour, then defeat the gym, add your Pokemon on, and then yes, after 8 hours, if you get defeated after 8 hours, you'll get 50 coins, and that is the maximum you can earn in a day. So yeah, 50 coins per day is the maximum free amount of coins you can earn. Well, I do believe there is going to be some free coins, or not quite so, well, on the October pass. So you know the monthly pass that we get, where you've got here, Go Pass September. On the Go Pass October, apparently there's going to be some poker coins on that as well. So 400 poker coins for those who don't buy the deluxe version. So the free version, there's going to be up to 400 poker coins you can earn by leveling up those ranks. And if you buy the premium, the deluxe version, for $7.99, you'll earn a total of 1,400, I think, 1,400 poker coins. So it might be worth looking into that exactly when it gets announced and stuff like that, just to make sure I've got all those numbers correct. But yeah, it might be a good time for the deluxe. Yeah, exactly right. Might be a really good time for the deluxe this next month. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. And of course, if you are an avid raider, like I am, tend to do more raids than Dynamaxes or anything like that, then you'd probably want raid passes. And the best raid pass box for raid passes, the daily boxes that you get in your shop. Let's check out what I've got. But yeah, these daily boxes here, these limited time only ones, these will change every single day. And the one you need to be keeping an eye out for is the one that's called the Gold Ultra Box or something like that. The Gold Box or something like that. It costs 5,425 coins, but you get 99 raid passes, and that is the best price per raid pass in any box on the game. So that is the one I always buy, 5,425, and you get 99 raid passes. So that is the best coin to pass ratio that I've ever seen. So yeah, keep an eye out for that box. But of course, save your coins up. Save your coins up that you get each day, as well as get the deluxe pass this next month, and you'll soon get towards that 5,000 coin box, and then you just got to wait until it comes in the store. And yeah, 99 raid passes should keep you going a pretty decent amount of time. Of course, if you don't, you get your free daily raid pass every day anyway. So yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, start saving. You need to get up to around 5,425 coins, and that is the best box for raid passes. That's what I always recommend people in my community to do. So yeah, if anybody does wish to add me who hasn't got me added on the games already, then I will put my trainer code up in just a second. And then, like I say, I can always invite to future legendaries and stuff like that. So yeah, if you do want to add me, take a screenshot of that now. You can add me later on, or you can add me during the stream, during the live stream, and then just comment down below that you've added me, and then I know who you are. But yeah, take a screenshot of that, or pause the live stream. You can always fast forward to the live, where we are live just after you've added me. But yeah, there is my trainer code if you do wish to add me during the live stream. So we've got 2 more Dynamax Beldums, but we are just going to catch these Benaries around here and these other spawns just to get close to that 300 Pokemon that we need for that challenge. Excellent throw on that occasion. 293. That Mudkip does not want to save a ball. Let's try a couple more Ultra Balls on these, just to get him staying a little bit quicker. But now he's still not staying in, even with an Ultra Ball. Mudkip does stay on that occasion. Sentret should be a little bit kinder to us. Instead, decides to swing its Alamatters. Let's try this Benari again. Yeah, no worries at all. I'm more than happy to give it the advice. Yeah, like I've always said, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Whether you're a new player, an experienced player, I'm always trying to answer the questions as best as I can. And if I don't know the answers, I'll just say I don't know. I won't try and fob you off with some made-up answer. So yeah, just let me know any questions down below, and I'll help you the best I can. So the penultimate Beldum, the one before the last. Can we get anything decent from this one? We're still hoping for a Beldum tonight that is over 550 CP. Maybe this is the one. So we're going to try and dodge as many of those iron heads as we can. And for those who are relatively new to the game, you can dodge on Dynamaxes. The Dynamax boss actually chucks 2 different moves at you. It chucks a targeted attack, which you'll know it's a targeted attack because you get those little white lines above your head, or little yellow lines above your Pokemon's head. And then it also does a wider, heavier attack. So those ones you can't dodge, unfortunately. But those targeted ones, when you get those lines appearing above a Pokemon's head, I'll show you how to dodge in just a moment when it next does it. But let's just get these Dynamax moves away. So yeah, we'll keep doing Shadow Ball at this moment in time with this Gigantamax Gengar. There you go. As soon as you see those yellow lines appear above your Pokemon's head, swipe your Pokemon over to one side, and you just have to literally click and hold onto your Pokemon and just literally swipe your screen to one side or the other. And if you manage to do that in time before those lines start flashing red, you'll actually dodge the move and it will come up at the side saying dodged. So we just swipe that in time, it will say there dodged. So yeah, that is how you dodge those moves during a Dynamax battle. So again, we'll Gigantamax this Gengar. Best buddy Gigantamax Gengar, 98 shiny that we obtained for a lucky trade, and you can never get bored of that. That shiny is such a nice shiny. See? Jonathan didn't know that, so every day's a learning curve. So yeah, it does help you last a lot longer in especially Gigantamax battles. When the Gigantamax Pokemon is obviously really, really strong, it does help you last a bit longer as well. So really, really good advice to know. 530 CP on Dynamax Beldum, not very good at all. But it is the second to last one. We've still got one more remaining. Hopefully. I guess you learn every day. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. If I can finish a live stream knowing I've helped one person, that's always a bonus. But it turns out I've helped 2. One with the coin box, with the raid pass box, and then Jonathan with the dodging. So yeah, quite a successful evening so far. Right, we've got Beldum there. Let's head over to that one. And as we head over, we need to catch one more Pokemon for that 300 to be up. Starly, is that going to be you? Can we do it on excellent throw? Come on, Starly. Oh, I jumped at the wrong time. Messed up the excellent throw, but still. And then, have we got any friendships that are leveling up today? Let's see if we can check that out. If a friend list loads. It does become rather annoying sometimes when you load this friends list. So if we type in friend level 3, these are all the people that we're going to go best friends with soon. We are 4 days away with Beat Project. So we will open our gift just to get a little bit closer. Friend level 2. These are all ones that we're going to go ultra soon. We have one there from Japan. So again, just making the most of this lucky egg that we've currently got on. Friendship level 1. We haven't got anybody leveling up there. So another 150,000. We'll quickly catch a Pokemon near us. And then we'll jump into this next Dynamax. Could I get a gift? Of course you can, Jonathan. Being that you asked so nicely. Are you down as Jonathan on the friends list, or? Go on, you're going to have to... I always ask this, Jonathan, and I do apologise. What is your trainer name? I always forget this. Trying to remember everybody's. Winner, that's it. Of course it is. Yes, Winner. What I'm going to do, Jonathan, is I'm going to nickname you here as Jonathan. There we go. So hopefully when I type it in now, it will automatically come up. Hopefully. Sorry, I've spelled your name wrong as well. That is terrible. I do apologise. I'm just going to type in John. There we go. That's all I need to know for just typing in and then finding you. Right, so we've got... Have we got enough to do this? No, we haven't. Oh, that is super annoying. I thought we had enough max particles to do this. We just missed out on that one. That is super annoying. I thought we had enough for that. Unfortunately, we haven't. So let's head back up and we will see how our Dynamax Max Monday has gone. So, as we carry on back the way we started, we'll just spin a couple of stops. Oh, what is that? That is a Zangoose. You got close enough with a name. Yeah, I tried. Level 1 Dratini. Always like to see the level 1s out. And Totodile. 318 on Totodile. So let's see what the next daily adventure in Scent Spawn is. And then we will try and check through these as well in just a moment. Let's just add on here. Let's put Dragonite on. And I think we've got a costume Dragonite as well. We have the sunglasses and little bow. Super cool shiny costume. Only an extra H and O from somewhere, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Just adding letters into your name for no reason. So yeah, let's have a quick look into the Dynamax Beldum that we've had tonight. So if we type in Beldum and age 0, these are the 6 Dynamax Beldum that we've managed to get tonight. And in CP order, let's start from lowest to highest. I'm only level 28, but I don't have anyone who will play with this game with me. Yeah, I mean, by all means, just add me. and I'll try to send as many things as I can. If you can't, of course, join in through remote raids, then by all means, you can always watch my YouTube videos, get helpful tips with that, and hopefully you'll get to a stage where you can start soloing your own raid, so you don't really need that many people until you get to the likes of the legendary raids, which is obviously a little bit harder. So yeah, hopefully just try and build up your Pokemon, try and power them up as best as you can. Only power up a Pokemon that are good IVs, because in future years you're probably going to bin anything that isn't good IVs. But yeah, try and power up those best ones. One thing that I always use as well, and I'll show you this while I'm live on the stream, there is a website which is super useful that is called Dialga Dex, and I'll show you this on the stream, and then we'll get back to our Dynamax Beldums in just a second. But while we're live on the stream, I just want to show you this, and it's literally dialgadex.com. And when you go on dialgadex.com, I've got it actually saved here on my phone here on this front page. But when you go on dialgadex.com, you'll end up with this website here, and this is how it looks like. And what you end up getting is the overall attackers, top overall attackers, and you can actually filter this by their typing. So this automatically gets updated. There's somebody who really must work really hard behind the scenes updating this all the time. And this ranks all the best Pokemon. So these on the list here, these top 10, Mega Gengar being at the bottom, Mega Rayquaza being at the top, they are the 10 best Pokemon that you can invest in Pokemon Go. If you haven't got these, then by all means, click on the specific type. Hey Kiki. Apologies for that tractor just going past. Hey Kiki, how are you? But yeah, as we look at all the different types, we've got fighting, for example. You've got Mega Lucario, sat at number 1. And not only that, but it also tells you the best movesets for all these Pokemon. And you can keep scrolling down. So if you haven't got these, then scroll down until you've got some that you have got. Make sure you've got the best moveset for it. So that is a big, big help for me personally when I'm building raid teams and stuff like that. And I managed to solo some of these raids is by picking all these up and finding out what is the best moveset for everything that I've got. So this is really, really good. Anything that you see with a little asterisk next to it, so like for example Primal Groudon sat there at the top of the list, it has a little asterisk next to the Precipitous Blades. That is because it is a legacy move, so you can only get that via an elite TM. So if you haven't already got that, then you will need an elite TM to get it. So it is a super easy website to get your head around. Make sure to go check it out, dialgadex.com. It has really helped me out with building raid teams, so hopefully it does the same for you. So yeah, hopefully that helps with your team selection, and hopefully you'll be able to start soloing some raids very soon. But yeah, let's have a quick look and see how our Dynamax Beldums have got. Let's get back into that. So Beldum and age 0. What Mega is that? Mega Kangaskhan was just on that raid. So yeah, we've got 526 Beldum from this evening. That was our worst one. That was 11, 12, 12. We've then got 530, which was 11, 12, 14. We've then got 538, which was a 2-star, but he did have 15 attack. Then 540, 542, and the best one of the evening was 544. So 15, 10, 13 on those stats. Let's see how much they compare with the other Beldums that we've got, the Dynamax Beldum, so, or Dynamax Metagross, should I say. So let's go Dynamax, Show Evolution, and our best one in total that we've kept as a Beldum is 550 CP, and that is a 15, 13, 13. So really, really good, 91 IVs there. And our best Metagross that we've already evolved into Metagross is an 89 IV, 15, 11, 14. So it proves that you don't need the best stats for Dynamaxes. Anything with 15 attack is going to be really, really useful. This one I've already powered up to level 40 and I use it all the time for Dynamax, but I may start to power that one up if I don't manage to get a slightly better Beldum this week on Pokemon Go. But let me know what your Beldums are, what your best Beldum is in the comments down below. But that's been the live stream tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. We've done a Mega Kangaskhan raid eventually. We've done 6 Dynamax Beldums, and hopefully I've helped you out with some tips and tricks along the way. But thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you can join in tomorrow when we do our Spotlight Hour live stream featuring Aaron, 6 PM till 7 PM, so exactly the same time as tonight. Hopefully you can tune into that tomorrow as well. But thanks so much for watching. Kiki says wait. Hang on. I will wait for Kiki. Never mind. Thanks, Kiki. So yeah, thanks so much for joining. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.